Okay, abusuya breaking news. NPP Kevin Ochi. Abusuya yakwa arrest no ewo Dubai over $100 million fraudulent act bia akoso asisi a Dubai for police ensa etumi asonima. Dr. Ren allegedly waba ababe breaki the amaya. Ochi say sa NPP Kevin Ochi oye into oil business as you see sa business now no wakwa some fraudulent acts be on NPP nkofobia or board the likes of Akuffo Addo mudia or just say Akuffo Addo mo eshin kutupa ono Akuffo Addo and na a protecting sisiano after say NPP free power no ya arrest no Dubai just say Dubai police for no any EOCO and a kabom omo petition EOCO and a EOCO for so at the Ama Dubai for any asem ketwa kwenti sa NPP Kevin Ochiwe no sisiano or demu Dubai mo me anko na ye nkonkoti ensem be so unsubscribe ya subscribe like and share ma afofron so ensa into me and kabia ha Ghana politics avenue. So and don't forget to click on the notification bell so that any updates be able dropping on also onsa a bit to me aka madam say
I'm here as a truth sayer to tell the nation the truth and some more akos and some more SCC and some more air happen. So ladies and gentlemen, this person I am about to talk about him, for chairman abroad there sometimes you process it they are cobra. Pardon me so much going on. What do you say? So clearly the name of this person Ura Efreno Kevin Ochi. So Kevin Ochi was born in the 1980s. Mema on the background about the person Mekano Asemi. He was born in 1980. He schooled Ashanti region. Opokuwari and Oko school. Owie yeno Otwaso Echo University United States of America. Owie yeno ansoa obomodina ye adwuma kakra wo USA. He worked as a security officer. He worked in some other organizations. Na abraboni nkoyi ewo USA ho. Eti woyese obebe fie. He will come back home, the motherland, and see say nim de no a okọ school no a wakọ akonya no. O de beba ababe ye adwuma abeboa o man Ghana. Ewo USA school ben woko or attended a friend is saying George Mason University. He studied accounting. It was an accountant. What you see? Na obefie no abrabo no anu anu asem. O say as a young Ghanaian, he ventured into entrepreneur. Entrepreneur. He had an entrepreneur skills. Entrepreneur spirit. So oba Ghana, the obey and say osase se eja. Oba modia bon ho modini na eja. We bie adwuma na wahwe se ne adwuma no ebekọ. As a young man, ono na esie se owo entrepreneur spirit. O kire se osano na oton ice water na eja na ice water no na oton ewoye a friend is a Kumasi Sports Stadium at the map womo mbehwe football ibi spectators. This is the account of Kevin Ochi. Nipa no a ene medina ba me ba abebo ne ho nkomo akyerɛw the breaking news a me wo edema wo. Anything oba Ghana no venture into telecommunication and later on eventually occur into the energy sector. Free USA buy no. What happened? What was his story? To him, life in the US was not life obetimi abobra. He thought to say he is needed in Ghana. Wako school, wako university to America. It will be better or didn't name the about Oman Ghana. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Oba Ghana no. How the success story no eshase. O shase o Ghana na abrabon so enkoyi still ni muaye din. So around 2008, he opened a company, or two ding, Springfield Energy. Now, Springfield Energy, no, a story, Ghana for bebre, no, munim ora Kevin Ochia make an asemi. Minka asemwe emfen gune ni mo asementan no mintrino. But I just want you to understand, as a broadcast journalist, information abekamensa amede ma. Na wankasa fakwa adwendwen. You see, in 2008, or establishing the company, na emu edin mano, na Akuffo free abeng, and Akuffo free so. There was a new government, the government in town, a new sheriff. His name was Professor Evans Attamills. Professor Evans Attamills by the young man not only obia obeying Professor Evans Attamills. As a young boy, why establishing an energy company no amana. Fast forward. Greetings to everyone. Fast forward. Yakoba say Professor Evans Attamills Fufian Tuata Ofrimu, who became the next president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, took up the mantle. Say Obemu Modiano Aiden, Wabwa ama Wamaina Aiden, Akoneni. Now, I need to give you this background story for you to understand the person I'm talking about. What you say? Yes, I'm getting Metro Edia to me YouTube na wako kinkai na wako weni. Now, 4 months ago, before I remember the 4 months ago, no, Mami stay a friend said the chronology of my case so that you understand. Because my videos are me go we bring so far videos no publish it a friend say channel. So I need to let people understand. Now, dear TNA, in 2012, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama became president. Now, a friend, a mutual friend, Emma President John Mahama, and Kevin Ochre. Kevin Ochre didn't come this mutual friend. Say, President John Mahama, Ayobia, or do my Ghana, all board the youth, Sebium and his Sadia Hunu, Eja, Ombesom go into a year. The friend say, "Bimu person go into mining, a bimu pharmaceutical industry, a bimu person venture into the energy sector." Into was say abranti ya unimu no President Mahama sunimu say, "En komo modiana nka omfa ne nisu ade ehun, omfa nto President John Mahama anim. Na osre no, oma na kwanya, na ontimi no nya de enya enkitahudie, na ne nisu ade ehun no wo no, omfa nto President John Mahama anim." Into this mutual friend, ebo modini Emma Eja Abranti Ebeshia President John Dramani Mahama. Now, Oshia President John Dramani Mahama. Now, a year 2012, ye Kotwaba. Or can some chair President John Mahama. President is 18 was superb. Now, in 2013, ye to Abani Weya swaying President John Mahama. This young man, Esenya, a year, another opportunity. He met the President John Mahama. Oshia President John Mahama. Or catch and in someone or catch no America Kotwaba. Say, or a young guy, I see so. Now, Yamwa, our person occur into a year oil exploration. Ladies and gentlemen, exploration of oil, enyesika ketwa, is an intensive capital business. Enya adia, a year sebu, a year ketwa kra. Now, TNA. Now, this particular friend, a year Ora Ochre, Eko president. At the time, the capital is a winya to have a license to operate, to explore a friend is go into the oil exploration. Somewhere around $5 million US. The guy is a young Ghanaian. Or when he's swadi or vision, but when he's so what a President John Mahama Yemano. So the president told him, Uncle has said, ni obetimi Akikan and Sasi enya capital bia na ononso enhwe as a president of Ghana no hunu kwan obefa so obeboa no no wetimi enya a license to a year a friend is saying obetimi akọ a year akwakoye this exploration a year a friend is saying business yi a branch ni di ni tipempem saa wenya sika no Somewhere in 2016, President John Mahama invited this young guy. The difficulties to raise that amount of money. John Dramani Mahama wanted to help a Ghanaian. As at that time, now obwa Ghanaians in the pharmaceutical industry, Tobinco and Co. No obwa for in the banking sector. Say Atu Asian and Co. And Atu Asian and Co. Until this oil exploration, Ghana ni bienim. Aho for na de biomba. Ombe tu fangui. So President Don Mahama, I say, I'm going to help you so that you can also create jobs, employ Ghanaians, so that a time will come, because Ghana funds when it comes into the oil exploration industry, you will Ghana ni ewo. John Dramani Mahama did something fantastic for this young man called Kevin Ochery. Kevin Ochery, John Mahama Buana, Emma ni benya license to operate as what a friend is obi obeko into the oil exploration sector. Fofi Antuata, 2017, John Mahama lost elections. What happened in 2017? Nana Addo Akuffo Addo was sworn in as the president of the Republic of Ghana. Kevin Ochery, President Nana Addo Akuffo Addo. In fact, President Akuffo Addo's wife, Rebecca Akuffo Addo's sister, and Nebaba, Kevin Ochery got married to Abaywa. Now, power has changed. Does that mean Kevin Ochery and the President John Mahama's relationship should be sour? No. Does that mean Kevin Ochery should disrespect President John Mahama? I don't think so. But what happened? When power changed, this young man called Kevin Ochery, Baby Obeshia President John Mahama, started disrespecting the president, started becoming more rude towards President John Dramani Mahama. Very sad. President Mahama Nyawoboni, he even helped you to gain the license as an explorer into the oil sector. Boni ben wayamao. Then Sebio. Some people, when you do them good, they pay you with evil. Kevin Ochery did the same to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Now, ladies and gentlemen, 4 months ago, fast forward, 4 months ago, 2025, I came and I told the nation Ghana about Kevin Ochery is being wanted by some Swiss company. What was a friend is saying? The situation. Why the sudden a friend is saying people coming after him, chasing after him? Why the Swiss citizens? Your guess is as good as mine. Knowing the NPP government and the people that was associated with that governance. Corruption, sikadie, everywhere. TV everywhere. Now let me take you into a friend is saying the story ankasa. Anyway, the story is already a friend of Alberto G. Calcisia. Calcisia. Didn't word the so send you to me abono Sumusa. Or you're the chief financial officer of a Petraco Oil Company. Na ti asemwa esi ever this particular company no. Mene wo eba bedi ho encommon. This particular Petraco Oil Company essay. Womo file a formal complaint with Ghana Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO. Who is the executive director of EOCO today? Raymond Acha. Who is the board director of EOCO? Mr. Daniel Domlevu. In Akuffo way petition Ghana EOCO. What was the issue? Petition no assembly and a petition him. Ladies and gentlemen, womu say womu dear womu wo a friend is saying asem ekọ edema o man Ghana so man Ghana emboa womu adeya enkofo bi abọ womu kro no enkofo no womu de hwan Kevin Ochery muhuno our friend who a multi-billionaire no ebusia yentie de esi ye wase womu file a complaint to EOCO against two Ghanaian petroleum companies, Springfield Exploration and Production Limited and GMP Energy Limited, alleging what? A fraud scheme of over $94 million US. over 100 million US dollars. TMU. Now, I'm say allegations no any. I say Petraco's chief financial officer alleges that the Ghanaian company committed fraudulent misrepresentation, criminal breach of trust, and concealment of financial transaction. The complaint details 2 cases. Now, in one case, almost say somewhere around 2024, Petraco claims it lost over 30 million US dollars in petroleum sales to Ghana's BOST, B-O-S-T. That bulk oil, a friend is a company na Ghana no. Remember, sa Akuffo we moved safam so omo ebombon ensem bi mu obehwe a the GMPC hon sensem bi wo ho a ekoso a EOCO ni OSP ni Attorney General the a brief Ghana for. Won't remember the case. Now, yem free ho. We see, although BOST reportedly paid Petraco although BOST. Now let me take it again. In one case around 2024, Petraco claims it lost over $30 million in a petroleum sale to Ghana BOST. Although BOST reportedly paid, Petraco alleges GMP Energy kept redirecting the funds. And inti, womo claim say, womo de oma supply petroleum ama BOST. BOST nso oma tue sika no. Enso sika no oma tue no so. Akuffo ya Petraco no woman san kan sika no na je say sa company Ghana company GMP Energy no woman ye redirect the funds na so mkoko tua de ma a friend say Petraco fo no woman tua. Now, in another case somewhere around 2023, Petraco provided $100 million loan facility to Springfield Exploration and Production for an oil field project. Petraco claims Springfield received 63.5 million US dollars, but misrepresented the project status and failed to repay the loan by August 2024. Now, omuma EOCO for bail. Now, oko the story a friend is me publish rainbowradioonline.com. You publish a story 4 months ago. Ora Kevin Ochi, Emma Mekanche is a story now you publish and a intro. As a matter of fact, wakenkan story ni bi, but onim no kura nti no me breaking story 4 months ago no o me yi ano said the make no me kantro me nsɛm a me kan yi nyina no o me deny sɛ nsɛm a me kan nyina ayentro. Now eneme wa ha ana saa company Petraco fo no omo frɛ me sɛ owura Kevin Ochiri wo mache no na me sɛ o mache no sɛ na so odu Dubai no o mache no die nti no odu Dubai o mo che no. Now, young story name mature the Swiss oil trader dragged 2 Ghanaian petroleum companies to EOCO over alleged $94 million US dollars. Now, young kumu na yen tu yabuasi na yen kinkai the story na men kinkai ma TMA. Wow. I say a complaint filed on May 16, 2025 accuses Springfield and GMP Energy of orchestrating 2 separate yet interconnected scheme designed to deceive, misappropriate funds, and obstruct justice, with an alleged coordination across state agencies, including Ghana's bulk oil storage and transportation company, BOST. The petitioner alleges fraudulent misrepresentation, criminal breach of trust, and concealment of financial transaction. The petition detailed a cross-border web of deceit involving forged contractual commitments, fictitious irregularities, approvals, and misuse of arbitration processes in Dubai and London. According to the petitioner, the sales of a petroleum product worth over 30.8 million US dollars was executed between EDURC Company, DMCC, and GMP Energy Limited, with BOST as the end purchaser. The petitioner claims that despite BOST making full payment to GMP Energy. His company never received the assigned funds, alleging that GMP Energy Ghana and Bost officially, deliberately concealed the payment and provided false representations. The petitioner further alleges that the proceeds were diverted for undisclosed business operation. Now, Tiha, or say, a face-to-face meeting on February 3rd, meeting, company for the bomb, and I was following a year and somewhere air coso. I got just a me what do you say? Too bad. Subscribe to me YouTube channel because information I mean, what do you say? I'm the only journalist that Akuffo Addo Ghana. As smile, some British police if one chimney. It will crum or you sue a Ghana High Commissioner. Papa Usu and Kuma any the military attaches to come after me because now me can't crano, now me can't the truth. What do you say? The fact finding no, but the bremo, come. Now, that face-to-face meeting happened on February 3rd, 2025 a few way more. Not reportedly revealed admissions wrongfully retaining funds by Kevin Ochre and Gina Malkani. Emra Swiss we abrofu mienu we share face-to-face meeting with Kevin Ochre no. Sometime no the kudienti a Kevin Ochre Emma meeting course and say NPP for Lusu election. Now there is a new government, a new sheriff in town who is preaching a reset agenda. And who talk Kevin Ochre so. And quickly Kevin Ochre met these people. Alberto, a friend is a Petra Akuffo. Say in someone me pesi a cannibal and mama Ghana phobia anti. Because a babon tinia, a begumi who anymore say this new government no so or no so aban or ya resetting agenda. It misremo and my papa no so nte. A dientina na osuro se on percent the new government betty. Remember, after John Mahama helped this young boy called Kevin Ochre, and maninya a license to what? To explore oil in Ghana no, in our seas no. Thereby they said this guy paid John Mahama with evil. Even though John Mahama showed him love. It's not the yem shishino. Wakodi sika, wabokrono. Hey, asem there. Ghana for tia, yebechina so, yebechina too. Because he was hoping say MP before be winning no ma break it. No matter, no ma cover no ma protect no. Now, let's go into a year asem see. Or say, ayampa, what sikana de ye tuya heno. Hey, I want ho, what the ayen your ma. Ojitu no Kevin Ochre any Gina Makani omojitu. Now the second allegation pertains the disbursement of $63.5 million US. Now pardon me, sorry. I say no 63.5 million to Springfield under $100 million US loan facility agreement signed February 7, 2023, purportedly for the unitization of its Afeni oil discovery with any Ghana Sankofa Jinyame SGN field. Eponu edawo. Ya two din a friend is saying Sankofa fields. Explore see benya more oil efrim. Na abranti we kwa je bosia. Se ono de baba be oil exploration. Enkenya bone. Uye na unya ho mfaso a wakotua woka. Wodi bi etwitwa wo ho. Wodi bi etua wo workers. Na eja wodi bi etua na eja wo expand wo company. But abranti we de wanyesa. Ghana for Amakaso, young found my name, my young guys, my catcher will say, this is not the first time we are giving a Ghanaian, young Ghanaians opportunity. But it looks as if many young Ghanaians are greedy and very, very fraudulent people. Now, again, Tina Mekasa, Yentie. But see, the petitioner claimed the companies made false representations, knowing approvals hadn't been obtained. Unitization was stalled, and no credible repayment plan existed, despite demands Petraco hasn't been repaid, with the 18-month repayment period ending in August 2024 without settlement. Remember, it was Nana Dankwa Akuffo Addo's governance. Remember, Abrantene is married to Akuffo Addo's wife's sister's daughter. It will no feel say he is an untouchable. And that is why he threatened Mame Brunino Obano. Any papa ne say, or no untimi mfane nkobe bia. As far as NPP tesoni de, omuntimi nya ne wute. Yentimi nchini ntum. Now, yankoso. O say, the entia ome petition EOCO. O say, he has therefore petitioned EOCO to conduct a formal investigation under Ghana's Economic and Organized Crime Office Act, as well as prosecution under the Criminal Offence Act. He wants EOCO to focus in its investigation on alleged fraud by false pretense, conspiracy to defraud, and theft. The petitioner, the petitioner further invoked the Anti-Monetary Laundering Act, ascertaining that the transactions international nature involving Dubai-based EDURC and ongoing arbitration in London and Dubai was being exploited as diversionary tactics to evade criminal accountability. The complainants assert that the accused parties are leveraging civil proceedings to shield themselves from prosecution, despite documented criminal intent and direct admissions. The petition highlights a lack of cooperation with the Criminal Investigations Department, CID, and continuation of commercial operation funded by the alleged illicit activities. Iti Oleste what Osiki in his reliefs. A petitioner. You see, under Akuffo Addo, utimi ko wie sika na uma Akuffo Addo bi. Uma Akuffo Addo ne nkofo a etwa no ho ahia ne bia. Utimi ma omu sika ne bia. They shield you and they protect you. Under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, he's not shielding anybody. If you're a thief, the law should deal with you. A good father always will advise and warn you not to engage in any illicit activities. And that once you engage in those activities, if you are arrested, or no, oh man, so. But the Akuffo Addo, umani bidia, one money being so, obey hunengunau, no about GB. Remember, Alistair Matthias, Akuffo Addo was referred as what? A gold mafia. These are facts. That is why I keep telling you, this is a fact-finding program. The church said, you publish a story, no? 4 good months in a year. Wehun working kind. Ombe challenge Dr. Ren say story na me dia ba bontino eyentro. Unim ni pefe say eyenokre. The guy eyekromfo. You see, I keep telling Ghanaians sometimes oko kai because what time Kevin Ochre Ghana for the sa obi koswa na ya. Masa enye so obi koswa na ya o. Ye won kofo bebre omo Ghana omo koso pa. Yes. Woman Jumano, kosopa. But on tise Ghana fobi di woman ni esi womo. It's because woman Jumano omo ye no. Omo nam kwan pa so ye adwuma pa. Eboa nipa. Eden, ehun enkoba ensem. Now guess what? This young man, I remember another story. Eno de efri Nigeria. Saa kronoboya odibi kopie mu ewo Nigeria. Nigeria for ebekaye ekwan a Kevin Ochre abo krono ewo Nigeria. Na obo krono no wo Nigeria no wieye no. De oye ne se intentem no ha odi sika kotoka. It cost over $200 and something thousand. Omo kwaji sika ni wie a. De omo de ye talk cars. Ye talk watches. It's not an issue. But you don't go for loans and find kobo life. And yes, swag, they said they begin here, me try me swag simply. enso kapre ni mi botomi. Hey, me per sponsors nembra. Enso omo se omo ba me kan no kure too much into omusu. Mombra. Oti ase, mombra. Me no kure nti Sam Jonah nko sponsor me o. Sam Jonah nko sponsor me na enso mre bia me no kure kan ekuti ade. O ja sponsorship, one sponsor me bia. Say Sam Jonah asem na make. Yeah. Anyway, so clearly the breaking news are me what the Magana and they said Kevin Atrey this morning was arrested in Dubai. Me no ka say or Dubai self. Yachin. Eja. Yeah, enhwehwemu koso. Now winning baby. Emra NDC e winning power no. Me be can story next time. Kevin Atrey quickly ran to Otumfuo. Eko kachire Otumfuo Bonea or there His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Se Otumfuo mpa achew. No mfa ne nan ensim. Enye sa ye bechi no because we did bone dodo. Wa bokro no dodo. We wi amanfo sika dodo. Enti Kevin Atrey eko bo eye Otumfuo amane. Na oko eye Owura John Mahama fia na ye pamono se akukọ. But mo behwa there was a video out ana Kevin Atrey Otumfuo kwesra John Mahama. Emrebi Otumfuo call Accra. Now oko His Excellency John Mahama fie. Kevin Atrey was part of it. The video is there. Ubetimi ahwe. Nsem bi ameke bia me wo ho fact because I know say we need factor the betimi ato because Akuffo Addo came after my life here in UK. Enye fact ena na mekuta enka me ho ye den e kire me pa. Now, Edia na Kevin Atrey ehwehwe free John Mahama. The man that once upon a time assisted him and ensured say obenya a license to operate as an oil explorer, the first in Ghana. John Mahama assisted him, helped him. Ghana assisted him and supported this young man. But this young man is greedy. This young man, eye obia, oye dwe ahomaso ahantan ebe share na kume. Do you know say NDC lusu ye no? Oshia John Mahama wo bedwomu a na osere no, na otwetwe no. He taught the life of John Mahama abenewie because now I worried to Akuffo Addo's the wife sister ba. And you know feel it big. Humble yourself when God lifts you up. Because you see, the more you are climbing, remember, others are descending. And those that are descending, you need to ask them the question about the same. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Atrey, me know what I say. Yachino. Oede. Owo eye Dubai. Na me bompa se Bonea wedino. Ye betwe na so. Send ye tie pepepe. Na yenye kataso menwaso. Na we di obesie onye a friend say asem no ensi ewo Akuffo Addo motan no aka se o we di ye beja no we di o we nkosi aga we di over YouTuber you see the picture of a year enkofo na odupu o no we enye a friend saying say oh we di ye koja no na bi ekwankra ofa so a owie sika no e transfer sika oye 419 oye azan edi mankofo timi e supply eye oil a mankofo ebo modin akwaji sika ma no na adwumadi a ese odidi wan fendi na enei na odwane o teta yache no. The good news ni say onye ne ntem no onkonkotua. Yes, Kevin Atrey. Ebia obehunu Ghana no na ache. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the breaking news medebema Ghana for. The good news is say there is a reset agenda. Be careful of what you do. Remember, when it comes to John Mahama, ukori umoko a ongbeti hu mfifiri o. Wa uri moko no. Wa na woni mbehihye. Wa na obeti hu mfifiri. It is a warning and a caution to all of us as citizens. See ebehwe ye husu ye. Oman no wo say obema ye opportunity to become great and mighty. But let us not forget that if Ghana give you an opportunity, don't disrespect the nation Ghana. If Ghana support you, menye boniaye ema Ghana. Kevin Ochi eye boniaye di tia oman Ghana. Kevin Ochi eye boniaye di tia John Dramani Mahama wo boa no. Today, mo na wiye. Hwihwima de ekosonso. Ana mi wosika, ana matoka. Ema mani mbere nkofo bi a mo hunu mo ntentan ni so o. Nkofo bi o meba ka jo se na meton ice water. Ana mdi nya sika. Ana mi nya we na mi yesi. Be careful of those people. Many of these people are thieves. Midin eye papa Ghana. Aha, ana midin sempano. Esi. Love you and take.
Okay, abusia we ne ensema ekoso ewo political highway so NPP Kevin Ochi and SCC and Dubai for ensa etumi asonima enye asamketo akrabeda masesa mo jepene kokoti sa ensem we edema ha Ghana politics avenue so medamase